Adi Cakobau School was established on 1st October 1948 and was dedicated to Andilitia Cakobau, granddaughter of Fiji's last warrior king, Ratu Epinisa Seru Cakobau. Today, we celebrate the 60th year of Adi Cakobau School's existence, its Diamond Jubilee. All of us will have personal recollections of what it meant for each of us to be at ACS. But those, I believe, have been encapsulated in the various magazine contributions from the different decades. However, having had the rare privilege of being closely associated with ACS in different capacities for the whole 60 years of its life, I have been asked to represent all our memories. Students, the old girls, teachers, the parents, even grandmothers, Board of Governors, and the Ministry of Education. Forgive me then if, in looking back, I may have missed an important event or aspect that you considered should have been included. It is difficult when the period spans over many years or decades. Many memorable events will be omitted in the process. But hopefully, what I have reminisced over will be representative enough for us all to identify with. 1st October 1948 was a Friday. It was when the school first opened its doors as Adi Cakobau School, a school for Fijian girls. There were still a few remaining provincial school southern boys who were waiting for their transportation to Londoni, where the former Provincial School Southern had been relocated to make room for ACS. The PSS whitewashed stone label on the slope facing the Rara by the flagpole had been easily converted by the boys to read ACS instead of PSS. The first principal, Miss Frances Lillian Charlton, together with Miss Winfred Salmon, the first matron and secretary, Mrs. Eileen Lound, Master Rupeni Wanganitonga, Master Eremasi Londua, and Mistress Vivita Devo, were there to greet the girls. There were 62 of them, and each was given a school number, around which school activities revolved, like beds and dormitory allocation, cutlery and utensils, etc. I believe the girls were not supposed to do any compound work, but Master Rupeni thought otherwise. The girls were required then and now to maintain the upkeep of the school compound and other facilities. Sometimes the girls would have to go out in the afternoon to collect firewood for the kitchen, or go out to the Indian farmers on the hills across the other side of Waimanu to carry sacks of cassava for the dining room. Classes sometimes had to be suspended when the bus arrived with the school rations, because the girls would have had to troop down over the other side of the river to carry the food rations and other stores across the bridge, which was wooden and too flimsy to carry the weight of a vehicle. In the early days, there was only one block of toilet and shower room, and that was beside the laundry. Electricity came on at 4 p.m. and was turned off at 10 p.m. So if you wanted to answer the call of nature after 10 p.m., well, sometimes you just had to wait till morning. The girls had never slept on their own beds alone, and often saw unwelcomed visitors, real or imagined, in the middle of the night. Scary screams would echo through the night, and girls would come yelling their hearts out, oblivious that all their bedding paraphernalia would follow them, strewn across the lawn and wherever they ran. You couldn't do that now in the current hostel blocks. The school started off with classes 4 to 6 in its first year, concentrating on English, with inclusion of phonics like e, I, o, a, p, b, r, s, t, f, k, y, z, etc. to improve on correct pronunciation and diction. Housecraft was an important component, and this included washing, ironing, cleaning, polishing, etc. Mothercraft, cooking and sewing, agriculture, Fijian handicraft were all part of the curriculum. The school curricula at ACS have always placed emphasis on the development of the total person. Academic excellence, together with the nurturing of the physical and aesthetic development of the students, became important. Sports, music, the teaching of authentic Fijian culture, art, and drama were aspects that were integral to life at Sewanee. The school was an active participant when Suva used to organize a Fiji show, and the school would submit entries in cooking, sewing, Fijian handicrafts, flowers and shrubs. The girls who participated would win many prizes. However, it was not the prize but the incentive to excel in what one did which was important. One of the strengths that ACS was known for was its standard of English and how well the students articulated the words, particularly in their rendering of English music and in the performance of English plays. The school had many opportunities to show their dramatic flair, as they did in the delightful puppet shows that used to intrigue small children. These puppet shows included the traditional Punch and Judy shows and other adaptations, and even Fijian productions including the Fijian war game Buna. The other dramatic productions included the delightful Dwarfs and Snow White. And generations of girls who have gone through the school would have seen the growth of many of these dwarfs to often very tall and robust women. I was never a dwarf, though I could have been a good one. Shakespearean plays like Macbeth, Merchant of Venice, Twelfth Night, Taming of the Shrew were very popular, though hard work. Comedies like Twice is Too Much, The Queen and Mr. Shakespeare, and others too many to name became part of acting at school. In addition to these publicly performed plays, there were class plays that would be performed on Saturday nights for the girls' own entertainment. One of the regrets perhaps that I have is the fact that though the school had the necessary talents, it didn't ever produce a musical. Perhaps we could leave that as a memory for the next decade. In 1951, after only 3 full years of operation, the school had its first batch of girls who sat and passed their National Fiji qualifying examination in Class 8. These girls went to Nasino Teachers Training College, Central Nursing School, and into government offices as stenographers. 2 of the students were amongst the first women students to be taken into Central Medical School for doctors, and the Adi Cakobau School had come of age. In 1954, 6 years after its opening, the first 3 girls entered Form 5 and set both the New Zealand School Certificate and Senior Cambridge Overseas Entrance Certificate by covering the 2 syllabuses in the 1 year. The girls were fast-tracked into doing this, ensuring ACS to become a fully fledged secondary school in 1954. New Zealand School Certificate then was basically an examination for European children, and Senior Cambridge was for others. ACS had proven itself by doing this worthy of computing academically, not only with students at QVS and Lilin, Natambu and Maris Brothers, but also with European children at the boys' and the girls' grammar schools. In no time at all, Adi Cakobau School became renowned not only for its academic prowess, but also for its achievements in the sporting arena.